you guys check out our channel partner, GamerSupps. Go to gamersupps.gg and use code ZAK for 10% off. Keto friendly, 0 cal, 0 sugar. I drink it to keep myself going, to keep myself energized. Tonight, drinking a little strawberry burst. Yes, strawberry burst. So check them out. Use code ZAK, that's Z or Z-A-K. Just like that, Z-A-K or Z-A-K, code ZAK, 10% off, keto friendly, 0 cal, 0 sugar, 0 carbs, good stuff. GamerSupps.g. All right, we're going to get started right after this. There she is, right there. The Galaxy A52 5G. Been talking about this for a while. Right there. We're going to talk about this little ditty here tonight, and also the Google Pixel 5a, which I don't have here. However, we can still compare things. We're going to do a little battle of the budget. That's what tonight's stream is all about. Hey, welcome. Welcome to Tuesday, August 31st. I always have to look at the calendar. Welcome. It's the last day of August. Oh my goodness. We're going to be in September. You know what that means? Hoodie weather. Hoodie weather. I like hoodie weather. I'm a fan of hoodie weather. But first, before we get into anything else, everybody, I got to let you know about our streaming sponsor, StreamYard. Check them out, StreamYard.com. Link is down below. Very easy to use. All you have to do is pick a camera, pick a microphone, and away you go. It's completely web-based. You don't have to download anything. No drivers, nothing like that. It works for Mac, PC, all that good stuff. It's what I'm using here to stream in glorious 1080p. You can use them to stream to multiple platforms. For tonight, for example, we're on YouTube and also on Twitter. But you can stream to like LinkedIn, you can do Facebook, you can use it for your Zoom calls. Very simple to use. You can put all your clips in. You hear the music and everything going on here. You can put the overlays, all sorts of good stuff. So thank you to StreamYard for taking care of us here at ZAKtalks TECH. Hopefully beyond 2021, but we'll see what happens. Appreciate you guys. Link is down below, StreamYard.com. All right. People, welcome. Like I said, Tuesday, August 31st. So topics for tonight. We're going to talk about the Samsung Galaxy A52 5G. And we're going to do a spec comparison between this guy right here and the Google Pixel 5a, which I do not have. Now, I need to, full disclosure right away. First of all, this is a media review unit from Samsung, sent to me for the purposes of reviewing, doing content, whatnot. I do have to send it back. I do not have a Google Pixel 5a. I don't have it, but I've heard great things about it. But we can still do a spec comparison, which is what we're going to do, because really, when you look at those two devices on paper, when you look at them side by side, they are very, very, very similar, like kissing cousins. No, maybe not like kissing cousins, but they're very close in family. I mean, one's a Samsung, one's a Google, yeah, but very, very close. Digging this tune. Anyway, so that's what we're going to do tonight. But if you're new here, what we do at this point is we go through the live chat, see who's here, acknowledge the people that are here, say hello to the people. If you're watching the replay here, make sure you use those chapter markers that are down there so you can navigate around and get to the places that you need to be. Thank you for being here tonight with me, everybody. You could be anywhere else, but you're here with me. Of course, we're going to do a quick camera check before we dive in with the people. First of all, the camera 1, the A6500. Camera 2 is the iPhone. This is the overhead. We got our GamerSupps here, A52. We've got our knife. We got our Lego. This is for my son. Lego Star Wars. We got Soundwave. We've also got running out of room here because I brought it in. We also have the fidget spinner. Oh, and look at this. An old Motorola flip phone. Look at that. Look at that. Remember these things? Boom. That's camera 2. That's the overhead. Camera 3 is the ultra wide from Jomo. Hello. Camera 4. This is the iPad. You don't need a whole bunch of fancy cameras. You know, 860-500, iPhone, iPad, donated camera. Hey, cool. All right. People, let's go through the chat. Let's see who's here. I appreciate all of you here. Let's take a look. First of all, he was here first. Like, not even, the stream hadn't even started yet. Mark Sequence, how you doing? Glad you're here. Of course, like I said, we're on YouTube and we're also on Twitter. Ace Rocks Tech. Now, you look at Ace's name there in the live chat replay. You'll see that his name is green. That means he's a channel member. That means he's supporting the channel a little bit more. As a channel member, you get a badge next to your name that changes over time depending on how long you're a member for. You also have access to custom emojis. You do not have to. It's an additional way to support the channel, and I thank you guys. We will be doing some live streams, private live streams with the members here very, very soon. Probably like later on this week or something like maybe next week. It'll be coming up. So make sure you guys are paying attention to that. Members, the community tab on the YouTube page. So when you go to my channel, go to the community tab. Information will be there for the members. All right. We got Zeppelin 3D. Glad you're here. We got Mike Bikanish. Glad you're here. YTC. Hey, everyone. Zach. Glad you're here. Khalil coming through. Glad you're here. Demonetized. What's demonetized? I don't think anything's demonetized. Jonathan said, if I had to pick between one, I'd pick the Pixel 5a because I like Google Pixel phone. That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. Everybody has their preference. But we're going to go through the specs, the deep specs. Maybe not everything that people know about. Right? Again, I do not have a Pixel 5a. I have not used a Pixel 5a. I do have a Pixel 4a, the regular. I do not have the 4a 5G. I just have a regular 4a. But again, like I said, we're just going to look at this on paper here. Why is that? Feels like that's a little bit loud. I think we're okay. Yeah, we're good. We're good. El Jefe Reviews coming through solid here. Appreciate you, buddy. Tech Fury Needs, also another channel member. All right, people. So, if you haven't watched my video yet, the full review video here on the A52 5G, go ahead and take a look at that. I basically recorded in my backyard, just kind of walk around, basically using kind of a rig setup and a DD microphone. And it was a lot of fun. Lots of B-roll, lots of really cool B-roll I have in there and everything like that. So make sure you guys check that out. It was a lot of fun. I'm going to have another review coming up for you guys on Sunday. Again, published videos are on Sundays, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10:15 Eastern, 9:15 Central, 8:15 Mountain, 7:15 Pacific. Those are your streams, Tuesdays and Thursdays at those times. All right. People, I already brought it up here. You guys know my favorite website, and I zoomed it in. I zoomed it in real good here. GSM Arena. We're gonna go through the specs here. Now, the nice thing about GSMArena.com is when you can put up to like I think 3 or 4 or 5 devices. And in this case here, we have the Samsung Galaxy A52 5G and the Google Pixel 5a. Now, just a quick side note here. You guys are gonna see the device here in white. It's available in other colors around the world, but within North America, like Canada, US, it's only this awesome black color. They call it awesome black, similar to the Pixel 5a 5G. They call it mostly black or almost black, I think is what they're calling it, mostly black. Anyway, the nice thing about this website is when you come here, and please disregard the pricing because we're going to talk about pricing here in a bit, is you can click on full or differences. And when you click on differences, let's click, maybe I clicked the wrong button. Yeah, there we go. Anything that is the same will be less highlighted or less bold. Anything that's different will be bolded. Okay, so again, we have our Galaxy A52 on the left here, Google Pixel 5a 5G, both 5G devices on the right. Okay, so Pixel on the right, A52 on the left. Okay, all right, here we go. So in terms of sizing, very, very similar in terms of dimension, 159 by 75 by 8.4 millimeters. The Pixel's coming at 154.73 millimeters wide there and 7.6 millimeters thick. The Galaxy is just a little bit thinner, just very little bit. In terms of weight, in terms of weight class, in terms of actual not weight class, in terms of actual weight, your A55, or sorry, A52 is going to come there at 189. The Pixel 183. I mean, they both use glass, fronts plastic builds basically. However, the Pixel has Gorilla Glass 3 on the front, whereas Samsung is using Gorilla Glass 5, so a little bit stronger glass on the front. So definitely something to keep in mind there if you're someone who's prone to scratching their screens or whatever. I imagine most of you probably put a screen protector on. Nano SIM there on both of them, and of course. We'll get down here in a little bit here, but I also need to point this out since we're talking about SIM here. You can expand the storage. You can expand the storage up to 1 terabyte with the Galaxy A52. So definitely an advantage there if you're someone who wants to expand your storage. 128 is the default. 128 gigabytes is the default on there. Very similar screens on both of them. You got OLED, AMOLED over here. Of course, the Galaxy is going to have a 120 hertz refresh. You can obviously put that down to 60. The 5G here, Pixel 5a 5G is going to have, I believe it's a 90 hertz refresh. I'm not sure why they didn't list that on there, but we know that's in there. Both are 1080 panels, so very similar. Again, Corning Glass, Gorilla Glass 5 here. We've got Gorilla Glass 3 on the Pixel. Okay, there is always on display available on the Galaxy, just like with the Pixel here. You do have to turn it on. The default is turned off. Both are running Android 11. We imagine the Pixel is probably going to get Android 12 first. But again, Google is committed to up to 3 years of updates, possibly more. And of course, with one of the biggest things about a Pixel device is that it's pure Pixel, right? There's nothing else running on there. It's pure Android, I should say, not pure Pixel. But yeah, it's vanilla, right? Whereas with the Samsung, you're going to have one UI running over top of that. Now, say what you will, there's been numerous advances since the days of TouchWiz and Samsung Experience. One UI runs like a champ with with Android nowadays. There's no more slowdowns or anything like that. The days of slowdowns because of the UI, those are over. Those are over. We got Septian here. How you doing, buddy? Glad you're coming through here. Alan says, how's the 4K 60? Kidding, both are great value phones. We're going to talk about that, Alan. It's a point of contention. It's a point of contention. We're going to talk about that. Definitely we're going to talk about that. All right, continuing down here. Now, as for what's under the hood, the Galaxy is going to have a Snapdragon 750. The Pixel, Snapdragon 765. So a little bit better processor. No big deal. I don't think you find a big difference there. I think with if you did a side-by-side, like an actual speed test or anything, you might. But in everyday, I don't think you're going to see that. Adreno 619 on the Galaxy, 620 on the Pixel. Now, like I said before, you can expand the storage on the Galaxy A52 5G up to 1 terabyte. That's awesome. There's no expandable storage on the Pixel. Again, I know that's a piece of contention for a lot of people. And the Pixel comes in one flavor only, 128 gigabytes of storage, 6 gigabytes of RAM. That is it. With the Galaxy, again, 128 and 6 gigabytes of RAM. However, in other parts of the world, you can get 128 and 8 gigabytes of RAM or 256 and 8 gigabytes of RAM. But in North America, it's the same. So Canada and the US are both getting 128 and 6 gigabytes of RAM on both devices. Okay, keep that in mind. Okay. Now, when we get to the actual camera, physical camera. Now, we're not going to talk about software or anything like that. We know that the Pixel does a terrific job with the camera. The A52 5G is also very capable. You guys saw a lot of my camera samples. You guys could check out my Instagram for some camera samples and obviously in the full review as well. But under the hood, main shooter, 64 megapixel f1.8 26 millimeter wide lens there. Pixel is using a 12.2 megapixel f1.7 27 millimeter. So advantage Galaxy. However, we know that megapixels don't always tell the full story. So take it for what it is right here. As for the ultra wide, Pixel's coming in with a 16, Galaxy's got a 12, And then the Galaxy also has a 5 megapixel macro and a 5 megapixel depth sensor. Say what you will about these. I had a lot of fun with the macro camera on the A52 5G. However, you need to have a lot of light and you need to use stabilization. So a tripod, you got to prop it somewhere, whatever. Okay, please keep that in mind. Okay. Of course, you've got the LED flash there, all that kind of stuff, HDR. Now, when it comes to video, the A52 5G does 4K up to 30 frames. The Pixel does 4K 30 and 60. Now, the 4K 60 thing has been a point of contention lately on Twitter. There's been a couple articles picked up on it. We've seen lots of deep conversation about it. Here's my take on that. First of all, it doesn't seem to be consistent between devices. Okay, it doesn't seem like everybody's having the same issue. Not everybody's reporting the same thing. There's a lot of different factors in terms of temperature. Are you inside? Are you outside? Are you in a hot climate? A humid climate? Is it cold? Whatever. There's obviously different things like that. How long you're recording? Are you moving the device around? Are you using the stabilization? These are all different factors that have led to people having either overheating or not overheating with a 4K 60 on the Pixel 5a 5G. That being said, if you're going to put that feature in your device, it should work. However, let's think about the history of 4K 60. There was a time just like 3-4 years ago where some Samsung flagship devices could only do up to 5 or up to 10 minutes. Does that give the Pixel a pass? No. What that says to me is it gives what it says to me is it says that Google is really trying to push things and put as much as you can into these devices. Google's obviously very aware of it. I'm sure there will be a fix coming down with it. Let's see what happens. But like I said, it's not consistent across the board. A lot of people report, some people are reporting it, some people are not. You know, it's not like everybody's devices are having these issues. So let's give Google a chance to fix it and let's see what happens. That's kind of my take on it. All right. Now, continuing on. For the selfie camera, 32 megapixel over on the Galaxy, 8 megapixel over on the Pixel. That being said, it's very apparent that they've, the Galaxy is definitely targeted at a younger demographic. You get some nice high quality photos and everything. In fact, my video on Sunday was all completely recorded at 4K 30 using the selfie camera on the A52 5G. So go ahead and check that out. And like I said, 4K 30 on the front there, whereas the Pixels only does 1080 at 30 on the front. Stereo speakers, they sound great on both devices. I'm told that it sounds really good on the Pixel. I felt that the stereo speakers on the A52 were really good as well. And then all the regular stuff here, we're going to scroll through USB Type-C, NFC, you got Bluetooth, all the same here. Now, as for battery, both very close. For myself personally, I was getting about a day and a half out of this. Doing pretty good at 4,500 milliamp battery. The Pixel coming at 4,680, so 180 milliamps more, just a little bit bigger battery. The Galaxy does support 25-watt charging. It does come with the 25-watt charger and the cable in the box. Same thing with Google, except theirs is an 18-watt. You get the charger, you get the power brick, I should say, the power adapter, and everything in the box there. Now, remember I told you guys about colors? In North America, Canada, US, only awesome black on the A52 5G. Google's coming in mostly black, which, honestly, come on, people. It looks kind of green. It's got this green thing to it. But I think it's fun how Google has fun with the colors. But if you're other parts of the world with the A52, there's a white, there's a violet, there's a blue. Okay? One thing I didn't point out... where is it? Okay, I'm not finding it on here. Let's go to the... So anyway, those are the basic specs right there. One thing I want to double check on. I'm not sure why it's not listed on here. But let's go to the Google website here. Again, this is the Google website where you can purchase the device here. A couple other things. It can take a splash. So it is IP67 resistant there. Okay, so you can take a splash of water. I know that's a point of contention for a lot of people. They want to be able to, be able to trust their device. I know, for my example, with my wife, she got really nervous using the Pixel 4a because there's no water resistance on here. This one here, IP67. Okay, and then over on the A52 here, you do have IP protection. I'm just gonna double check. I believe it's IP68, but I want to make sure I quote you guys properly here. I should know this off the top of my head, but I don't. You can see there with the camera and everything. Super steady on screen. Yes. Another thing I guess I should point out is the A52 has an on-screen or in-display fingerprint sensor. It is an optical, whereas the Pixel, it just has the sensor on the back, which, you know, is dependable. I mean, it's where your finger rests and everything like that. And they're always very fast as well. So, you know, if you're into the whole, you know, I want to make sure I have, something that's dependable and whatnot, you may want to look at the Pixel that way. I don't know why I'm not finding. I want to say it is 68, IP68. Why can't I find that information? I mean, it's practically right there. Excuse me, A52 5G is IP67. Okay, so they're both IP67. There we go. Both IP67. And that's your basic spec breakdown. Now, I'm going to bring you guys over to the buy area for the A55G and also the buy area here for the Google. I'm just going to go ahead and queue this up here, and then I'm going to jump back into the comment section here with you guys. We'll skip this. All right, there it is. And A52 5G. All right, let's go to the comment area. Let's see what you guys are saying here. I know I missed a whole bunch of stuff here. I think I missed a whole bunch of stuff. Kissing cousin things, yes. I don't know what I meant by that. Anyway, they're very close. They're very close when it comes to, as you guys saw there, the specs are so close. So close. And I would only give, if I was looking at this from a pure price standpoint, as I'm going to show you guys here, there's one device I would lean towards, but both, you know, very capable devices. Khalil says here, love Samsung One UI. It's one of my favorite Android skins, especially considering the S Pen feature, even though I prefer iOS. Ace says here, looking forward to dipping my toe into the Android pool, see what the water's like. There you go. All right, so I want to show you guys this real quick. This is right here. Let's go ahead and click that. This right here is the Samsung website, Samsung USA website. Now, I know you guys can't see it. Maybe I should scroll this up. Maybe I'll zoom this in. Yeah. The A52 right here is regular $499. But if you trade in a device, and I think devices can go up to 3 years old, you can actually get the A52 5G directly from Samsung, unlocked, for $299. That being said, you should definitely check with your carriers to see if you can get it for a better deal. So I'm not going to say the device is $300, but you can get it as low as that, and maybe even less through your carrier. So definitely something to look at. When you go over to Google, as we all know, and this is one of the main points that they pointed out, and rightfully so, because of the demographic they're going after, you know, the device is going for $449, which considering what's in there and what a Google device can do with the camera and everything, that's a phenomenal price. So I would give the edge just ever so slightly to the A52, only because of price point if you were to trade it in a device. Okay, there's obviously a lot of advantages with, you know, what Samsung's putting there with the 64 megapixel main shooter and things like that as well. You know, the faster charging at 25 watts. That being said, honest to God, I mean, if it was me, I could flip a coin and probably be happy with either. But that being said, as I said before, I have used the A52 5G. I have not used the Pixel 5a 5G, at least not yet. So, yeah, if you're hoping to come away with a definitive answer here, like I said, you could flip a coin and be very happy with either one of these, based on the specs I've seen on paper and based on my usage of the A52 5G. So hopefully that makes sense to some of you. It makes sense to me. I know that we do these spec comparisons sometimes and it's like, what? What's going on here? Right? So there we go. And I think I'm caught up on the chat here. Give me a moment here. My screens are doing weird things. Just gonna refresh things here. Enjoy the tunes. Maybe we should put on some different tunes. I don't know. All right, perfect. There we are. We got 10 of you here and 3 of you on Twitter. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate everybody coming through tonight. Yeah, so I just want to do a quick spec comparison there. As for video next Sunday, this coming Sunday, I'm still working on a review for this tablet, which has been really, really good. This is the Tab A7 Lite, L-I-T-E. But the review's not coming through the way I wanted to. So I might throw something else at you guys. I am still planning on doing a review. And actually, I've recorded most of it already. This right here, this is the realme 5G. Oh, sorry. Realme GT 5G. Realme GT 5G. This is the dashing blue color. This is the phone that I won through ESA. So I'm still planning on doing something with this right here. I've recorded mostly everything. I'm reluctant to put up a review about this because the device isn't available in North America through carriers. However, I mean, you can import it, whatever, right? And it comes at a very affordable price. So most likely review on the Tab A7 Lite. Man, Galaxy Tab A7 Lite. This names are so long. Oh, by the way, I mentioned this on Twitter today. Listen, manufacturers, people, we get it. Your devices have 5G. I'm not going to say 5G anymore going into 2022. I'm sorry. I mean, I'll probably put it in titles and for searching for SEO, but I'm not going to say 5G anymore. It just kind of gets exhausting. Like, we get it. We've had 5G for a couple years now by next year. So no more 5G. Nothing against the manufacturers. I get it's a marketing thing. But I'm not going to say it anymore. I'm not going to say it anymore. Yeah. Yeah. Genos is coming through. How you doing? Appreciate you being here. LFA says, still worth reviewing for your overseas viewers. Absolutely. Yeah, and that's why, like I said, Jeff, that's why I've recorded almost everything. And I'll probably throw it together. But I definitely want to get the tablet stuff out because I'm pretty sure that my Samsung rep is going to want things back. She's going to want things back and everything. So, yeah, it will be good evergreen content. I mean, I'm obviously behind somebody else doing it, but hey, maybe I show up beside recommend it. We'll see, right? Zeppelin3D has a question. How has it been using an Android tablet after not having used one for some time? It's been refreshing. Actually, it's been really refreshing. It's like, okay, I remember this, right? And like I said, like my last Android tablet I really used was, I used that Matrix tab there about a year and a half ago. You saw my channel here. But the one I really got into and used a lot were the Nexus tablets. One was made by Asus, I think, the first time, and then there was like a second gen. But yeah, it's been really refreshing. It's very similar to using, because it's a Galaxy product, very similar to using any other Galaxy product. But given the price point of that tablet, I think it's $200 US. If you trade in anything, you get it down to $100. So it's a $100 tablet, we'll say, right? Considering what it can do for $100, it's been a lot of fun. You guys saw me do some demonstration with some games there. I think it was last week. So my kids have been doing a lot of stuff, watching games, everything. They have not complained about any slowdowns. They've been downloading all sorts of things that are on there. So I've got a lot of B-roll of my kids playing stuff with it, which I think the tablet is definitely very much geared towards. It's very much geared towards families, people doing ebook, very simple things. They just want a bigger screen, Netflix, Google Movies, whatever it is, right? That's definitely what it's for. I did do some Canva stuff on it earlier today. It got a little stuttery. That might be because of internet connection. I don't know. I do have to do some further testing and whatnot, but still very capable. Yeah. Doodle says save 5G 42 times. No, I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Alan says, I'm with you on that one. Stop with adding 5G to the names of phones. Yeah, it's a marketing thing, right? Like, you guys remember last year with the iPhone announcement? They were on stage with Verizon. They're like, 5G. I don't think that's going to happen this year. By the way, the Apple event is supposed to be September 14th. That's a Tuesday. The following Friday, I think it's the 17th, we'll be ordering, and then in your hands on the 24th. That's what we're hearing. As well, Google came down today. Sorry, not Google. Front Page Tech came out today with an announcement of dates for the Pixel 6 and the Pixel 6 Pro. We heard some rumors and things like that from other publications saying, and people saying, it was going to be the day before the Apple event, which is just silliness. October 28th, they're saying. That's the launch date. Now, that means in people's hands. So if it's October 28th, as John Prosser and Front Page Tech is saying, that means we can probably expect an announcement the week before, which would be the 19th or maybe the 18th. I think John's article said the 18th. So the 18th is a Monday, October 18th, in people's hands on the 28th. It'll probably be that week. But I can't see Google doing their announcement the day before Apple. That's just, especially with a new flagship like this, you got Tensor in there, you know, your new SoC and all that kind of stuff. Like, you want to have eyes on you, not people making fun because you're, you know, doing the day before Apple kind of thing, right? Ace says India is my top demographically. Yeah, India comes in at third for me. It's U.S., Canada, then India. But there was a short time, Ace, when I was first starting out, just like you, where India was like, you know, that was my main source for demographics and views and everything like that. That's just, it's interesting how YouTube works like that. I used to do a lot of like OnePlus devices and Vivo devices, so that may have been why as well. For sure, it's marketing. There you go. Gina says, you're going with the white 6 Pro. Yeah, so there's like a black and white one. I'm going to call it the Stormtrooper version or Penguin. I'm not calling it a Panda. I don't care what people say. I know that term has been coined and everything like that and pushed out. If we're going to call it Penguin or we're going to call it Stormtrooper version. Okay, I got the white hat on tonight, although you guys can't see it. It's got some really bad, I don't know, you guys may be able to see it over here. It's got some bad sweat. You know, the yellowing? Ugh, I have to clean this thing. Anyway, I found it. I thought I lost it. Anyway, yeah, I'm going with the white one, man. I'm going with the white, black and white one, Pro. Most likely 256, because I'll be doing a ton of video on there. Like my S21 Plus here is like 75% full, and I've only had it since January. Now, I know I could push all those images and everything to the cloud, but I haven't done that yet. Google Photos makes it easy. Yeah, Ace Rock says here, I think I'm going to go with the Pixel 6 Pro if things shake out. There you go. Boom. That's going to be a big phone. That's going to be a big phone. And as much as I'd like to get the regular size, I've always liked my Androids big. If I get the new iPhone, if they call it 13 or 12, I'm going with the regular size. I'm not going with the Pro again. I know that the Pro has like the best, quote unquote best, but the differences between last year's 12 and 12 Pro, sorry, 12 Pro and 12 Pro Max were very, obviously battery's different, right? But in terms of the camera, which is important for me, not a huge difference there. But I'll probably go with the regular Pro this year, regular 13 Pro or 12S Pro, whatever they call it, right? I'm really hoping for some nice weather. Dude, you live out in you don't get snow like I do here. I don't think the snow will fly here by then. It will definitely be in some really good fall colors and everything like that. I'm looking forward to that. The mountains definitely have some good colors that time of year. Septian says there, I was not being advantageous for Google. It was not. Let me start again here. It was not be. I think you mean to say it would not be advantageous for Google to pull a Samsung when announcing the new Pixel phones. Apple will body them. Yeah, like we've seen like OnePlus do stuff, or just before the Samsung event, we saw OnePlus like make everybody think that they had like a foldable or something with two screens, and it wasn't. It was two phones side by side. Yeah, you get mucky. I've heard that. All right, people. So just a reminder, make sure you guys are keeping tabs on the community tab on YouTube. I'm posting a lot of stuff there. So if you're not on Twitter or you're not on Instagram, make sure you're following along on the community tab. I've been posting a lot of like behind the scenes of what's coming up and reminders, whatnot. Make sure you guys have hit that like button this evening. Please help me out with the like button. Make sure you got that subscribe on, everything like that. I really appreciate it. Again, streams are Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10:15 Eastern, which is 9:15 Central, 8:15 Mountain, 7:15 Pacific. That's Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then we have a video drop every Sunday. So Sunday you get a video. Tuesdays and Thursdays we do the stream. And that's how things are going to go for the foreseeable future even though I've got a new 9 to 5 gig that I start with, well, might be next week, but definitely the 13th I start with. For you guys, I know that I put something on Twitter and everything like that. I was just kind of venting. Nothing's going to change for you. Like I said, the streams are still there Tuesdays and Thursdays. The published thing is still going to happen on Sundays. Nothing is going to change for you as the viewer. I'm just not going to be as active on social media like I used to be. Oh my goodness. It's coming through right here. Khalil with the $4.99 super chat. The 13 Pro Max are supposed to be, the 13 Pro and Pro Max are supposed to be the only ones that will have 120 hertz. I don't know if that will impact your decision. It won't impact my decision. By the way, can you give you one of these? Appreciate you, buddy. And also, all right. And oh yeah, thank you, Khalil. I don't know if that's been confirmed like by reliable sources. Here's the thing. I have an 11 Pro Max, and I find that the scrolling is just as smooth as with my Androids that are 120 hertz. Why does it feel like it's smooth even though it's 60 hertz? Because the way that Apple does animation, because the way it draws and whatnot, because of their screen tech and what they're doing. Okay, that's the explanation I've heard from Renee Ritchie and a couple other people that know more about Apple than I do. 120 hertz will not impact me because here's the thing. I'm an Android person. When I leave the house, I'm grabbing my Android. When I'm taking pictures of the kids and everything and doing stuff, I'm grabbing the Android. When I'm doing production, I'm grabbing the Android. The only time I'm grabbing my iPhone is when I'm doing creative ZAKtalks TECH type stuff. So if I need to do some 60 frames per second 4K video, I might grab that or my regular camera here, right? When I'm out and about shooting B-roll and this and that of a device, I'm using the iPhone, right? So I'm not on my iPhone as much as I am on my Android. Okay, that's not to say that there's anything wrong with that. It's just my preference is the Android. But honestly, I could flip a coin and be happy with either or. So I hope that makes sense. Thanks again, buddy. One more time. Appreciate the super chat. Thank you, sir. English is hard. He says, well, maybe just the Pixel 6, depending on if there's a big one. Oh, screen difference. There you go. Apple's not robbing me this year. BG Techline says, there you go. Gino says, I hope the 6 Pro has 24 FPS. Now, here's the thing. It's interesting you say that, Gino says. I think the new Google phones, the 6 series, both the 6 and the 6 Pro, I think we're going to see some major jumps, like in terms of like video, like how well they do video, because we know that Google Pixel devices haven't always been like where they could be with video. It's always been, okay, this could be a little bit better, this and that. It's not to say it's bad, but definitely a lot of the things that they seem to be hinting at, the articles that we've read and whatnot, the things from the VP of marketing, whatever, have all hinted at better video. So that would be really cool, because I don't know of any other devices other than my iPhone that have 24 frame per second video. It's usually 1080p 30. You got a 1080p 60, you got a 4K 30, a 4K 60. I don't know of any other Android devices that have a 24 frame per second video. I know there are, but not devices that I know of, right? So that would be really, really cool. Doodle says, waiting on the Samsung Z Fold 3, 30th September, estimated delivery, exciting, great news for the S21 Ultra, 2 day, 2 hour standby, ecosystem, great too. Absolutely do. Yeah, I get a full day out of my 21 Plus. Very happy with that. Tech for News says, always grab my iPhone because it's the only phone I got. There you go. You got no choice. All right, people. So I told you about the community tab. I told you about subscribing, all that kind of stuff. Make sure you guys are following me on Twitter and Instagram. The Instagram is doing it really well. And you guys might notice on my Instagram, I've been doing more reels. It's because the reels on Instagram are getting crazy views right now. And that's obviously to compete with TikTok. By the way, I am on TikTok. I'm not dancing. But I'm on all the other socials. So follow me over there. And I'll follow you back and everything. It'll be fun. All right? Anyway, people, you guys all have a good night. I love your faces. We'll see you on Thursday. I have no idea what we're going to talk about. Take care. Cheers.